Hi, my name is Bogdan Mesk, and today I'd like to introduce for you a Magic Gradients. Magic Gradients is just a simple widget package that allows you to draw a complex CSS gradients inside any Xamarin.Forms application. It's extremely fast because a drawing engine based on C#. So, how we can add it into our Xamarin.Forms application?
Let me show you that by creating as a new Xamarin.Forms app. Good to mention that Magic Gradients is framework independent solution, so you may add it without any worries which framework are you using now. It's available for iOS, Android and UWP as well. My example will be only in Android.
Artlist.io.
Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Music licensing reimagined.
They sing on a sleepless night.
So in newly created solution, let's go to Manage NuGet Packages, click Browse and type Magic Gradients.
Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Now let's select our shared project. You may also select the native project as well, but it's not required.
Artlist.io.
I think a good example here will be to add a gradients like a background for the list on the first screen. Let's do that.
So, how we can add a magic gradient to our view? First of all, go to GitHub and search for magic gradients. Here on the README, if you scroll down, you may find a couple examples that you could attach into your app. Let's copy first of them. And here we have a pull to refresh view. Okay, let's add on the same level our copied code for magic gradients. For making that, I will add a grid, but at first I would like to change the default style for labels and make all of them white, for sure that it will good looks on the different colors on the background. It's not a perfect solution. It really depends on the gradients that you want to use, because some of them is better with the black text or with some other one. For our example, it will be enough just to change it to white. Now I pack in my pull to refresh view into the grid and adding on the same layer the magic gradient view. But I plan to add it in the background and change the back color of collection view to transparent, so it will be on the top. In the background we will see the gradients.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin.
And the last thing, we need to provide a namespace for magic gradients. It could be done automatically by the Visual Studio engine. Okay, now we can start the app and check what we get.
Won't stop fighting.
Music licensing reimagined.
While it's starting, I would like to pay attention about the way or possibility to create the different gradients. We may create it from XAML, from a code behind, and from the XAML with a CSS. And third one is the most powerful one because shows the whole power of the magic gradients, the true using of web CSS gradients, which may be sometimes really complex. But we will get back to that in a moment. Okay, here we already, by 1 minute, have the interesting background for our app. Let's resize the Visual Studio and play slightly with an angle, because I would like to have on the red color on the left and yellow on the right for have the good contrast with our labels. Oh, here we have, it's much better. Let's try one more example from the README. For example, second one is a more complex one. For making it, we could just replace our code and save. Okay, here it is. Now I think it's a good point to try some CSS gradients, and I will show you how we could search for interesting gradients. Let's replace it once again. Now we are using a CSS magic gradients. And here we have a cool possibility to select one of the gradients from the 1500 examples in Magic Gradients Playground app that you may find in the GitHub repo. Let's select any of the gradients that we would allow. Press Fast CSS button where you could play with the live updates. Just copy that code and paste into our solution. As you may see, it's really easy to use. We just search the gradients that we love, see the code of that, copy that code, and paste into our solution. That's all. And it will work. 1500 different gradients for any of your applications. For example, here at the top, first category is a popular one. We're collecting most interesting of them. For example, let's copy this one. As you may see, it's a really complex one, but we still have only a couple lines in our code in XAML thanks to compact of the styling for writing gradients in the CSS. Let's replace it and save. Okay, much better. Now I like to make the labels bold because it's hard to read them right now, and probably search some gray background without any light colors on the left part. So providing a style for labels, and come back once again to Playground, Magic Gradient Playground app. And oh, here we have one interesting. Let's see the code and copy it. And now paste into our app. Okay, awesome. And now we have a simple list with interesting backgrounds. This is really fast to draw, really fast to change or even select what we really need, because we have a huge collection, and also you're allowed to use a gradients from the web.
Thanks for watching this video to the end. I know it was not the best quality, I will try my best to grow it each time. I hope you enjoyed it. In next my videos I would like to tell you about the Magic Gradients Playground application, how we can use it, what gradients are there, what other features about which I don't mention today, and also I will make one more short video about the buttons with the Magic Gradient background. Thanks, see you next time, bye.
Dum dum dum.